downfalls. Did you hear me?
No.
I said, can you like kind of go through your experience with this, because of your past work experience with the IRS, what exactly it is, what it looks for, and potential time based on the knowledge you have.
On the total collection of the taxes, or
Yeah.
Waiting to pay the last one. I think
waiting to pay the last one? The
Or
only
the
reason
trust or whatever it's called.
the only reason I see the wait would, if you don't pay the taxes, then the interest and penalty will continue to grow. The interest rate last I looked was 7% compounded daily. On top of that, by this time, most of the fair to deposit penalties and fair to file penalties have been assessed unless a quarter would have additional tax due on them. And they could go back from the due date of the return for filing, or and if there were more taxes due, then you have the fair to pay penalty, which starts out at 1/2 of 1% per month or any part of a month until you get final notice, and then it doubles to 1% and continues till it reaches 25% of the tax. So what's happened is the city's basically borrowed money from a loan shark when you owe the IRS, in our case our city has. So in retrospect, the service can go after individuals that had the authority to see that the taxes were paid and deposited and failed to do either one of those. And it's called a trust fund recovery penalty. That is the income tax, Social Security, and Medicare that's withheld from the employee's wages. That those individuals can be held personally liable for that amount of money. An investigation would be done in length of time, don't know. But normally when I was working, it was issued to a revenue officer like myself who conducted that investigation. Now, they may be able to do it by phone now or some other means, I don't know. But I don't believe it's changed that much.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion?
If we pay it now, is there a chance, since the IRS, according to the landmark, is not here, he said that these are coming like due, that they haven't caught them yet in their system, would you still accrue penalties on that, even if the money was sitting there? Yeah.
Well, like they should, when they process the amended returns, they should apply the overpayments to them. And that'll be calculated from the date they receive the overpayment, correct?
Yeah, you get credit for the payment when the payment's received.
Yeah, regardless of where they apply.
But still, up until that point, you would accrue the penalty.
But if the money's, right now, I think that Jake said if we had an overpayment, they haven't processed the correct returns. So they'll take the amount due and credit the amount that we have sitting in there, and we should have
penalties on that.
much more.
If you just paid the tax, the penalties and interest itself would draw interest. If you paid the tax and the penalties, the interest would still sit there and churn out interest. So the only way to stop it is to full payout.
Okay. Randy, can we get from Landmark, I believe I've asked before, how much we actually owed from 2018 for the time they investigated, how much we actually owed, how much interest was applied, how many dollars in penalties were applied? Well, it sounds like there's 2 penalties. You said failure to pay, and then there was another one?
Failure to file, failure to deposit, and failure to pay.
Okay, so all the penalties combined together to figure out how much all of this mess has cost us as taxpayers.
This is what the nonsense, right?
Yes, how much we actually owed, how much our penalty was, how much our interest was, to see how much we just wasted as a city because stuff was not done correctly.
Well, he gave a figure of.
I want it on one sheet.
Yeah.
I want to see it. And
Now,
it's
3 or 4 lines.
3 or 4 lines, so it's.
Tax penalty interest.
Yeah.
Yep, I want it in the packet, and I want it.
the problem is it only go up to a certain date.
Sorry, yes,
Because we still owe 54,000 and something,
with the interest and the penalty, the 3
but
penalties.
we don't
on
know
top of it.
what that is.
And then that could be on there too. We owe this, currently unknown penalties and interest from these quarters.
Once everything is correctly filed, then the IRS will adjust everything, come up with the total amount due, but that's when they will come back and assess the appropriate penalties and interest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, that can be done by this meeting.
It's already in the works.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions? Next item is the golf course property and easement transfer update. And we did the bill of sale, basically, which is through the agreement. It was donated to us, is being donated back primarily. But we did the bill of sale on the equipment and the items that are part of the treatment facilities and everything this past week. That was signed. Justin's working on the final deeds and easements, and that should be transferred soon. Next, any questions? Next item is the open council seat. We've had 2 people to apply, and I've put their resumes in the packet, and they're both here to speak to y'all tonight. So I'll just take them in the order they came in, if that's all right with y'all. And Chris, you want to step up to the mic? Introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about you, and then if they have any questions, I'll be glad to ask you.
I didn't have anything prepared. My name is Chris Aiken. I'm a resident of Cave Springs now for about 9 years. Married, I have an adult daughter that's in college. I work as a certified registered nurse anesthetist and have here in Northwest Arkansas for 22 years. I serve and have served part-time as a deputy sheriff and a tactical medic for Benton County SWAT for 13 years now. The seat was mentioned to me a couple of months ago, and I was asked to consider it. I believe in service with a purpose, and so I throw my name in the hat and appreciate your consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Any questions? Thank you. And the next one is Charles Lindley.
I'm Charles Lindley. I've been a resident here for 23 years. As y'all know, I served 22 years of it on the Cave Springs Fire Department, but I've also worked in public works. I do hold 2 state licenses. I sat on the council for 3 years. And I'm here to serve the people, not, any one person, but here to serve the community.
Any questions for Charles? Thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
Do I hear any motion to adjourn or any comments?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, is the stoplight working now?
It's not yet. The power company has been out once, late last week. That is all that I'm aware of, unless they've been out at night. But they don't have power to it yet. We're waiting on the power
most of the traffic back up, of course, I've seen it come to me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how quick it'll be, but they've been paid. They've set the account set up. They've been paid, and we're just waiting on them to connect the power to it. They were scheduling with their construction crew to set up power.
So we've already paid them.
To set up the account, you gotta do that before they'll schedule it.
I just want it done.
I understand, so do I. Is there any other questions?
That was it, though, the power company was the only, I think you said that, it's just making sure I'm clear.
Yes.
That's the one last gating factor.
Right.
Okay.
I had a question about dues, fire dues. Are those still optional?
On what?
Fire dues, are those
Yes.
still optional? Well, those letters that go out do not look optional.
Chief, would you like to address the fire dues with the council?
The only reason I ask is because I had a resident that actually just stopped me before the meeting and said, hey, will you ask about those fire dues? I thought you told us they were optional last year, but that letter does not seem optional.
Yeah, believe me, I've had that phone call in the last week or two too.
Maybe we could put it out as a city. Randy,
So-
do you think we could
Post something.
post something that the fire dues, they go for a good
They're,
purpose?
they're completely optional. I mean, I think what was stated in that letter is actually a state statute, you know, that does give the fire department throughout the state the right to bill for services in the event of a fire, or they're not a member of the association. So, you know, but we've set ours up so that they're voluntary. So, you know, and not that we're not going to go even if you didn't pay your dues. I mean, so, but
I would think that's important to note in there that you could be billed if you didn't pay your dues.
Yeah.
That way you're not collecting, half or a quarter, especially some pretty
Yeah.
money from volunteers.
But, you know, I mean, in the last 10, 15 years I can think of, back when I was chief, I think I billed 2 people. But, and then we're extenuating circumstances.
Right.
So,
Right.
But there's no chance of you bill anybody now since we have a full-time fire department and the dues are optional, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify.
And we will address that next year. So,
And it is a good cause, but it is optional.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I will get that posted.
and
I mean, it goes for good things. Like,
Yeah, and I will note that in there. I'm not just gonna say, hey, these are totally optional.
We encourage.
Yeah, we encourage,
We're all
it goes
being-
for a
it's
good cause, but
great.
it is optional.
Yep, it's absolutely. Yep.
I mean, and I'll just say, if you have any more constituents that have any further questions, you can refer them to me, and I'll be happy to talk with them and everything. So,
Okay, thank you so much.
no problem.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anything else? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Got a motion by Erica, do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a second by Jeremy, all in favor say aye.
Aye.